Good morning, everybody in all parts of time and space. We have people joining us this morning, not only from planet Earth, but I understand a few beaming in from other galaxies and planets. So if you see some interesting beings in your little Zoom boxes, no need for alarm. They're here in goodwill. So, how is everybody this morning? Woo! Let's rock and roll. Good. Hi, Bets. So, let me do gallery view here so I can see everybody. So, just a little intro or orientation to our class. So one thing I love about yoga and is all these different things we can focus on, which is really different aspects of ourself we're focusing on. But so today we're going to do some maybe some challenging, but a little more mellow asana, so we can focus on kind of investigating, paying attention to, in particular, our exhalation and using some counts to do that. Now, some people love counting. They're like, counting feels so good. Other people are like, counting. So just see what it's like for you. We can also use mantra to measure the breath. But the purpose of doing this is to kind of stay present with what we're doing, and also to cultivate over time a elongated exhalation in this case, which is one of the hallmarks or foundations that support health and immunity and all those good things. How does that sound? All right, good. So what I'd like to do today, could we try a little prelude practice lying on the back to begin with? Okay, so a couple of explorations lying down. So take a moment, lie on your back. Take that time to transition. Very good. So, and I'm going to suggest that you lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet standing on the floor to begin. And we'll rest with, when you're ready, you could bring your arms down alongside of your body on the floor, or even rest on your belly for a moment. And we just welcome ourselves as we are in this moment. And just let the mind settle in the breath for a couple cycles of breathing. Okay. And then when you're ready, we're going to start with some simple arm movements to connect body and breath. So as you inhale, now raise your arms from the floor, carry them through the air overhead onto the floor. So you go to a place where the arms can actually rest on the floor. So if your elbows are off, then maybe widen the arms. Then exhale, reverse that, come back down. Okay, so just like that 3 or 4 times, just to begin to connect body and breath. Create some space in the spine, chest, abdomen. Very nice. Ujjayi breathing maybe starts to weave into this, so we have something tangible to listen to and to feel. Maybe one more time after this. Okay, and then we'll pause. When you finish that, and now when you finish that, could you bring your knees to your chest? And we'll do a few apanasana. Place your hands over your knees. So exhaling, knees come towards the chest. inhaling, the knees move away from the chest and the arms are lengthened by that. Hands take a ride like that. Yeah, and if there's strain in the inside the knees, you could wedge the hands behind the knee joints. Exhale, and just notice this area of low back, sacrum, the base of the spine. Super. Okay, after this or the next one, would you settle the sole of your left foot down on sole of your right foot on the ground and leave your left knee towards your chest. Okay, you can place both hands on your knee. And so here's what we'll try now. So you start with the knee gently towards your chest. As you inhale, you're going to raise the left foot and raise your arms overhead onto the ground. And then exhale, reverse that. Bend the knee and cradle your knee inwards. You're going to do this about 3 times. Letting the leg extend so that it's a nice sort of hello to the back of your leg. Great. So when you exhale, you bring the hands back to the knee and the knee to the chest. Good. Very nice. And after you finish that, you can settle the foot down for a moment, cradle the other leg. No rush. Wait for the breath to be ready, and then again on the other side. So the foot could, this morning I was playing with one time the foot's relaxed, one time the foot points, one time the foot flexes. Each one has a particular awakening for the leg. That's it. Very nice. Good. You could perhaps do one more after this. And when you finish this one, would you bring both knees again to your chest, hands on the knees. And then we'll do both arms and legs at the same time. So the inhale extends feet to sky, arms overhead onto the earth. Exhale, bending back to knees towards chest. Just begin to notice now the length of your breath, just kind of observing, allowing, not forcing, but allowing the breath to elongate, kind of, in that direction. Then one more time after this. Okay, and then when you complete that, no rush, but when you complete that, settle, you could settle your feet on the ground, the soles of your feet on the ground and the palms either on the floor or onto your abdomen. Just pause for a moment, enjoy the residual sensations of those movements. And then take a moment to call to mind the moon at night. And maybe the sense that you're in a landscape where you can see plants lit by the moon. And then you can roll to one side and come to sitting, please. So we'll do a little chanting about the healing aspect of the moon. So I'm going to put this on the screen. You can listen and repeat or also look. Soma, the healing aspect of the moon. So please listen and repeat. Om. Together. Om. Soma. Together. Soma. Somaya. Somaya. Somaya namaha. Somaya namaha. We'll do those 4 lines again together, starting with Om. Om. Soma. Somaya. Somaya namaha. Good. Inhaling, let the arms lift. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. A couple more times like that. Inhaling, feel the whole body expanding. Exhale, returning to heart. Your timing again like that. Beautiful. And now we'll transition gradually to all fours. And so from all fours and a long spine, you feel the inspiration of the inhalation, lift the chest. And exhale, bowing, move your hips towards your heels and bow your head. Can be done partially or completely hips towards heels or partially backwards. Each inhale brings you to all fours. And as you practice, just check, are you breathing through your mouth or your nose? And if you notice your mouth is open, it's not wrong, but generally we want to, in practice and in life, breathe through the nose. So allow the breath to flow through the nose, unless there's a lot of congestion. Then as you repeat this a couple more times, you could chant a long Om as you do the exhale movement. Your choice, chanting Om as you exhale. And after this one, you can settle in that folded position if it's comfortable, or sit on your heels, or rest for a moment. Okay, friends, so eyes will open if they're closed, and take a gradual transition to standing. Good. So I'm going to start with some arm movement, and then we'll move into forward bend. So here's the idea. You're going to inhale and let the arms lift from the front. And exhale, count your breath, like say 4 or 5 seconds as you lower your arms. Okay? So raise your arms from the front, like you're trying to touch the wall in front of you. Palms forward, which opens the chest. Palms facing forward. Look out, not up. Now exhale, count in your mind 4 or 5 seconds as you lower the arms. Okay, so like that. Again, free timing of inhalation, let it come as it does. Exhale, counting. If 4 or 5 seconds is very comfortable, you could have it be 6 seconds. Beautiful, good. After you complete this one, we'll pause a moment. And now, so we'll use that pattern of breathing. So whatever's comfortable that you can generally maintain. So if it's 4, use 4 or 5 or 6, something like that. And we'll use this in forward bending. I'll talk you through it once, okay? So on your next inhalation, let the arms lift from the front, arms overhead. Now bending forward, counting 6 or 5 counts, whatever your count is. Nice. And then as you inhale, lift the arms and return to standing. As you lower the arms, again, count 6 counts. You get the idea? So try this a couple more times. Beautiful. If you're just finishing a round, you could do one more like that. 6-second exhalation, give or take. Okay, and then how about if we do one more, stay one breath, still oriented to a 6-second exhalation. One more time, staying a breath, exhalation measured. Beautiful. Okay. And when that completes for you, we pause. And if you're using a mat, you could be towards the back of your mat. You turn your right foot out a little bit, not so much that you don't want your pelvis to turn to the right. Pelvis remains facing forward, turn out in the hip, turn out the right leg. Step your left foot forward, okay? And I think today we'll do this interesting variation where you can, so if your left foot is forward, place your left hand behind your back. Left foot's forward, left hand behind your back. If that's uncomfortable, you can put your hand on your hip, okay? Now, as you inhale, raise one arm, the right arm from the front. And now, as you bend towards your front leg, counting 6 counts, exhaling towards your front leg, bow your head towards your thigh or your knee, bend the knee if there's any strain. And then as you inhale, raise the arm, lift the arm, extend the spine and come back up. And then you could repeat that or lower the arms. So 6-second exhale here in Parshva Uttanasana. Very good. Keep your eyes open in standing postures for the most part. Especially if there's instability, please keep your eyes open. Beautiful. You'll do one more and stay one breath, orienting towards consciously exhaling a measured exhalation. 6 seconds, could be a little slower or faster count depending on the length of your breath. This is very good. Okay, take your time. We're practicing at the pace of nature and not our mind stuff. So when you finish and your arm lowers, you release your hand from your back and you step back, we pause a moment. Okay, so the moon has a quality of being receptive and reflective. So these moments of pause are very important. And then we turn the left leg out, keep the pelvis facing forward, stride the right foot forward. If you're feeling a little topsy-turvy, have more space right and left between your feet. So if you step your right foot forward, also move it out to the right. So the feet are more of a diagonal. Right foot forward, right foot forward, left. Okay, one more time. Same side, hand behind your back, right foot forward, right hand behind the back. As you inhale, the arm comes up. Good. Lift the chest from inside. Exhale. Keep the spine long, 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 and then release at the bottom. Beautiful. Good. And then inhale, lift your arm as far as it can go. Not your head first, but your arm. Yes. Rise. And exhale, either lower the arm or bend forward again. 6-second exhalation. If it's becoming harder to exhale, then rest and then return. Okay? Beautiful. Even when you lower your arm, don't make that a shorter count. It's not a throwaway movement. It's just as important as the bending forward. The next time you bend forward, stay a breath, counting the exhalation. Beautiful. Good. Okay, and when you complete that, step your front foot to your back. Pause a moment. Okay, now can we explore this? So we're going to do the arm movements again. This time we're going to have the exhalation be no counts, just freely exhaling and counting the inhalation. Okay, so see at whatever comfortable length your exhale was, see if you can count that on the inhale. Does that make sense? So let your arms start hanging down. Exhale freely, and then counting the inhale, ujjayi, up to 6 counts. Or see what it is first, what's comfortable. Exhale, the arms come down, no particular counts. Draw in the abdomen gently. So counting the inhalation, orient towards the same length as your exhale. Exhalation, no particular counts. See what it's like to regulate just the inhalation phase. Okay, and this can be the last one for now. So what do you notice? I notice when I practice like this, my body and my breath, sometimes there's some automaticity, is that a word? Just kind of go and I, wait a minute. So it helps us become aware of our habits and be a little more present. So we come now to hands and knees. We'll do a short vinyasa with a special surprise within it for you. So come to all fours, and actually, when you get to all fours, start in the kneeling forward bend. We could call it child's posture. Okay, so we'll do the movement first. So breathing freely now, still through the nose, still ujjayi. Start with your head up towards the ground, child's posture. That's it. Now, as you inhale, come gradually to all fours. The chest lifts, the toes come under. If appropriate, exhale now, downward facing dog. And I think we're ready to stay a breath here, likely. So stay for breathing in and staying for breathing out. Nice. And then when the inhale begins, lower the knees to the floor. Chest lifts. And exhale back to child's posture. And have a resting breath there. Okay, so this is a pretty common vinyasa we do. Could you just go through that one more time on your own? Staying a breath in downward dog. Okay, and then rest. After this round you're on, you can pause a moment. So what I'd like to propose to you, and see how your system responds to this, is to do those same movements, same pattern of movement you just did, with the intention of breathing in for 6 counts, breathing out for 6 counts throughout the whole vinyasa. So say it again. Intention, propose, don't impose. Breathing in for 6 counts, breathing out for 6 counts. So we're proposing that the length of inhale and exhale is generally the same length. What's called samana. So go through this again with that experiment, please. Beautiful. When you finish that round, take a couple of resting breaths, either bent forward or sitting, where you let the breath be free with no proposed length. Okay, and then I would suggest you go through that. That was just kind of getting to know, kind of connecting those two. Could you go through it one more time like that? 6 count, inhale and exhale, and when you finish, you'll lie on your back. Okay, so you're going to go through this again. 6 count, inhalation and exhalation, nose breathing, ujjayi. That's beautiful. When that completes itself, you can lie on your back with your legs arranged in a most comfortable way, bent, elongated, with or without a prop behind the knees. You take a moment to be receptive. Yeah, so in Hatha Yoga, the importance of the symbolism of this and actuality of the sun and moon representing masculine principle and feminine. Sun is active, moon is receptive, right? In a world where we tend to be very active, if not in our bodies, our minds, we practice the complement to being receptive. So after all this activity, we take a moment to be receptive. And what do you notice in the sensory landscape of your body? Sensations, traces left behind. Rest in that for a moment. On your next exhalation, you could gradually bring your palms over your eyes and rest there for a breath or two. Eyes are closed. The healing and the growth that occurs in the dark, in the light of the moon, letting the receptive and reflective aspects of ourself heal in this. When you're ready now, you could release your hands away from your eyes. And if the legs are long, bend the knees so the soles of the feet are resting into the ground. We're going to return to the same movements we did in the beginning of the class now while we measure the excursion of the breath. So when ready, would you bring your left knee to your chest so the sole of the right foot's on the ground, left knee towards your chest, cradle your left knee with your hands towards your chest, okay? So before you do it now, so the movement will be inhale, the leg extends, the arms go overhead, exhale, bend the knee. So inhale and exhale for 6 counts, right? Inhale 6, exhale 6, and allow any pause after exhale. So do this, let's say 4 times on this side. Inhaling for 6 counts, exhaling for 6, allow any natural pause. After you complete this one, you could have a moment of open attention and unregulated breathing. Beautiful, yes. So on the second side, we could just reaffirm our connection to the interior of the chest, so the chest inhalation. like a flower blossoming in all directions inside the chest. So to the other side, same idea. Inhalation, 6 counts, exhalation, 6 counts. Allow any natural pauses after exhalation. Good. When you complete that, settle with your feet on the ground. Rest your hands on the lower ribs or your abdomen and pause a moment. Softening under the healing light of the moon. Now let's bring the arms onto the ground out at shoulder height or so. So the arms are in what's sometimes called a T position. If there's strain, choose a lower angle. So now within this rotating movement, we'll propose this conscious breathing. So when you exhale and tilt your knees, 6 seconds or 6 counts to one side. Pause now, either freely or for 3 seconds or 3 counts. And then inhaling, come back for 6 counts. So every inhale and exhale, 6 counts. Pausing after exhale for 3 counts. Alternating sides. If it feels uncomfortable to regulate everything, then just count the exhale and the pause. Exhaling for 6 counts as you tilt the knees to one side and your head could turn a little. That's it. Pause. That's it. And then when you inhale, counting 6 to return to center. Okay. After this or the next side, go one more time on each side and stay one more breath cycle, counting the inhale and exhale and the pause after exhale. Beautiful. When you've completed that cycle, rest in the center for a couple moments. Now let go of any counting and just be with the way your body breathes and just notice its qualities. Notice the time after exhalation and before inhalation. Then when you're ready, you could gradually move your knees to your chest. Place your hands over the mounds of your knees, fingers in the direction of your toes. And we'll do several repetitions of Apanasana now. No counts now, just but allow the breath to fulfill itself in its length. Not returning to automatic fast breathing. Allow the breath ujjayi, but let it be uncounted now. Exhale, knees towards chest. Inhaling, knees away from the chest. Several times. You could try having the knees close a couple times, then having the knees farther apart a couple times as you wish. After you complete this or the next one, we'll take one more moment to pause, resting on the back, enjoying that support of our supple body resting into the solid earth. Allow your body, the watery quality of your body, to soak and settle for a moment. If you'd like, you could palm your eyes again for a couple of breaths, covering the eyes if you wish, for a couple of breath cycles. Resting in that haven of darkness, the light that appears in the dark, the healing light of the moon, cultivating and supporting the receptive aspects of ourselves. When you're ready, you could release that gesture, roll to your side, perhaps you linger on your side for a moment. That kind of energy of, I don't need to rush to the next thing. Let it settle a moment. When ready, you could take a transition to come to a comfortable seated posture. It could be in a chair, on a cushion, kneeling. The shape of your arrangement of your legs should support the comfort of your pelvis and your spine, the freedom of breathing. So let's not be bound to cliches of how we think we should look when sitting in yoga, but the function is how a posture feels. And so we can explore that for ourselves, gradually making a transition to seated posture. We'll do some pranayama. I'm going to suggest, I think most of us know I'm doing a visual if you want to look. Most of us know the finger contact nyasa, right? It's like a moving mudra. So thumbs to index fingers, middle, ring, and little, and then back to the index. So if you want, for each, you could do one inhale and exhale for each one. This could be a way of kind of staying attentive and tracking your breath, okay? So if you wish, you could rest the back of your hands on your legs, connecting your thumbs to the index fingers. When ready, let the eyes settle and close. Let the skin of your body soften even more, as if you're sitting in soft, healing blue moonlight in a perfect temperature summer's night. And with no particular counts now, feeling anew the flow in of breath, ujjayi, breathing softly. And then exhale, flowing back out, Gently, gradually, the abdomen draws in. So just a couple, 2, 3 breaths freely like this to begin. And now, after your next exhale, propose counting inhalation 6, exhalation 6. Okay? If you're feeling a lot of strain in sitting, you're welcome to do this lying down. Inhaling 6 counts, exhaling 6 counts. After your next exhalation, in the pause after exhale, you could count 3 counts. So inhaling 6 counts, exhaling 6, pausing for 3. Continue like this. If it's helpful, you could imagine the counts like a distant drum beat. This will be the last breath like that. And then do 2 more breaths freely, no particular counts. Then rest. Rest in the feeling of this, as if resting in the soft healing light of the moon. Imagine that you yourself are a plant receiving that nourishing soft light, what's sometimes called an elixir flowing from the moon. Let it flow into the areas of yourself that are vulnerable, that may feel wounded or in the process of healing. We open to a power that allows us to heal. Let that healing energy flow into your body, into your mind and heart. Rest in that feeling for a time. If there's a part of your body that feels painful or wounded or in the process of healing, if you'd like, go and sit with that, be with that openly for a couple more moments as you allow your body to breathe. And shining the light of compassion and benevolence into this aspect of your experience and into your whole body, your whole self. Then we return now for just a few breaths. If it's helpful to count, do so. Otherwise, just again now focusing on the incoming and outgoing breath. And now there might be a slight pause or lingering after the inhale. Comfortable inhale, linger a little bit after inhale, and then let the exhale go. 2 or 3 breaths like this. Now you could listen and repeat. Together. Listening. Soma. Together. Soma. Soma. Somaya. Somaya Namaha. Somaya Namaha. Now, eyes open. Listen to one more pattern and then we'll repeat this just a few times. Om Somaya Namaha. Just like that, 3 or 4 times. Om Somaya Namaha. Om Somaya Namaha. Om Somaya Namaha. If after sitting now we've had an extended time of sitting, there's any achiness, just come to all fours and go to and fro like we do at the beginning a few times to help you transition. into the next part of your day. I can leave you to do that in your own timing, a few times if you like. Really appreciate you being here. Much care to everyone. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Bye for now.